Hey everybody, it's Shamika. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and share my videos. I appreciate your support. So here is a topic that I had to separate and put it all by itself because people want to know, what do people do once they get approved with these CPNs? How do they make money off of them? Well, let me explain. All right. So if you create your CPN and you get a trade line on that CPN and you now have a score, you're now going to start applying for credit cards, which is what most people usually do. They go and get a car, they get an apartment, they pretend the whole new thing, right? Got it. Well, this is what happens, and this is called a bust out. People will take these accounts that they have and they will charge some, pay the bill, charge some, and pay the bill, and all the while they are allowing the credit card issuer, the company, to give them larger loan amounts or limit amounts, okay, for their credit card. Then after they get or reach the limit that they like, what they do is they bust out. They basically would go and get gift cards from so let me give an example. So say you have a IKEA card. Well, IKEA sells gift cards. Say you have a Sam's card. Sam's Club has Visa Vanilla gift cards. A lot of stores carry the Visa Vanilla gift cards. That is what you want, okay? I've even heard people do this with their business credit, right? So you can do the same thing. There are people who literally create businesses, create CPNs. They go through the whole gamut, nurture and build this account only to get high limits to then take all the money and run, okay? So most people with business credit, they'll get loans, okay? But you can do this same bust out that I'm talking about with your net 30 accounts, just like you can do on the personal side with your credit card accounts or store credit card accounts, okay? So let's say Old Navy, they may not necessarily sell Visa Vanilla cards, but they do sell Old Navy gift cards. And I can tell you one thing, people will pay for a gift card even if you sell it for $5 off the amount. So if you have a $50 card that you're selling for $45, somebody's gonna buy it. If you have a $50 card that you're selling for $40, they're definitely gonna buy it. And you know why? Because people like the deal. And do you care how much discount you give? Not so much so, because it isn't even your money, okay? So I'm not encouraging you to do it, but I do want to explain how people are doing it and the mentality behind it, okay? So that is what you would do if you have a store card that does not give you a Visa Vanilla cards or some kind of way that you can have a Visa or a major credit card. Most time I see Visa. I don't really see a lot of MasterCard, but most time you're going to see Visa cards. Sam's, of course, I've never seen a Sam's Club a gift card, but I always see the Visa Vanilla cards in limits of, $20 all the way up to $500. So if you have a $3,000 limit, boom, you can bust that down real quick, okay? Same with Lowe's. Lowe's has Visa Vanilla cards. Home Depot, they have Visa Vanilla cards. Also now, I've seen people also take these accounts, buy merchandise, sell them and get cash, okay? So there's lots of ways you can also get items and return them to the store, and they never want store credit. Most people want a gift card. Now, I actually got burnt by somebody who got me, so that's how I learned that. But so you can, that's why people go and they run in and they steal items, and then they come back later, or they go to another store and they say, oh, I bought this weed whacker and it don't work, and now I just want my money back. Well, you could do that you used to be able to do that at Walmart. I'm not sure if you still can, but that's why a lot of people do. So there's tons of ways to get money from merchandise, but if I don't want y'all to just walk in and steal it, okay? So if y'all gonna steal, at least steal it on the back end, okay? So you get your cards, spend, and return. Hopefully they'll give it to you with a gift card to use. That's one way, and that's usually only for like stores you can walk in. So let's get to our quills. Let's get to these net 30s that we do on the business card side. You guys can absolutely buy gift cards, okay? Definitely with quill. So hey, y'all can get creative now. Valentine's just came around the corner, and if y'all couldn't buy Visa Vanilla cards, they don't sell Visa Vanilla cards, but they do sell a card, and I believe with Quill you can purchase credit cards up in the up to the amount, not credit cards, gift cards up to the amount of your limit, okay? But if you can't, then you can buy the restaurant cards, the Apple Store cards. I mean, you definitely got ways to bust out these limits. And again, most people are thinking it's not my money anyway, so I don't care if I lose $5 or $10 because I gave somebody a discount. Okay, so that is how people make money off of these cards. That is how they bust out. But again, that is also how they blow up the spot, and then they end up getting caught. When you see people who get arrested by the police, most time you see them, if y'all read about people who have who get caught with like synthetic identity stuff, they usually have several different identifications, okay? Because they have tons of different people they have to be to match the stolen credit cards that they're using. That's totally different from what we're talking about over here with these CPNs that you would just do in your own name, okay? So I don't want you guys to get the two conflicted, but people do something totally different when they have stolen identities. We're just talking about CPNs. And one thing that I've seen, and I don't know why they do this, but let me say this: CPNs are not children's stolen identities, not at all. Now, do people steal people's real information and resell them? Yes, and they may disguise them as a CPN, but that is not generally what a CPN is. A CPN is generally the made up number. That's why now they separate synthetic identity theft from identity theft, because it is two totally different things. All right, so the person that has the tons of IDs, that's just regular identity theft, okay? But what we're talking about over here is like synthetic identity, because CPNs consist of half truth information and half false information, and because the systems, no matter what you put in, is going to give you that result that you want, okay? So that's how y'all make money off the CPNs, and I don't believe I missed anything else. If you guys got any questions, drop them below, and I will try to make a video answering and responding to you. All right, talk to you guys soon. Bye.